Hi beautiful ladies, welcome back to my channel. This is the Black Exotical. Today I want to talk to you about the importance of being a qualified exotical and not just relying on your good looks to get ahead. And while I do believe that it is important to use your pretty privilege to get ahead, I have stressed this many times on this channel, the importance of using your good looks to social climb. A part of social climbing is also having qualifications or education to get you higher up the social ladder. And this also goes for diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives. You shouldn't rely on DEI initiatives alone to get ahead because, as I said before, a lot of corporations are slowly starting to turn away from DI initiatives. A lot of corporations are starting to allocate less resources. And so now they're going to be looking to hire people who meet more than just an equity quota, if you will. And this also is important because a lot of countries in the West are bringing in skilled migrants to help bolster their workforce. And when I say skilled migrants, I don't mean people who work on like farms or work in factories. I mean people who work in competitive fields like STEM and medicine. So it is vitally important as a Black exotical that you use your pretty privilege paired with your qualifications to sort of give a double punch, if you will, to your surroundings so that you can get ahead further. Your pretty looks will get you through the door, but ultimately, your qualifications will help to keep you there. So I recommend that if you haven't already, that you pursue some sort of post-secondary education. As I mentioned before, with the increase of migration of skilled migrants, you want to make sure that you are not pushed out of the workforce and that you can compete. You also should not rely on your citizenship because a lot of corporations are opting to choose migrants over permanent residents and citizens because they know that they can pay them lower wages. It's not a fair practice, but it is what it is. Furthermore, people who hold at least a bachelor's degree earn approximately 68% more than those who only have a high school diploma. And of course, you stand to earn more if you have a master's degree, doctorate, and other certifications to go with your bachelor's. So get your post-secondary education, preferably in a field that is in demand. There is a big push, as I said, for STEM, so science, technology, engineering, and math, especially if you are a woman. Now, this is where DEI initiatives come in handy. A lot of corporations are still looking to hire women who are qualified in these fields, but in order to succeed in the STEM field, you need to be qualified. You can't just go in there and wing it. And so, if you did not go to school for STEM, you can take some courses, get a certification. So, for example, a Scrum Master. A Scrum Master is pretty much a kind of like a project manager, but they operate specifically in the DevOps field. And it is their job to work between the Agile squads and DevOps to bring a product or a feature to fruition. And there is a lot of technical work that goes behind this. So that's one good way to get your foot through the door if you do not have a technical background or an IT background. You can also become a data analyst. If you did not study a technical subject, if you will, in school, being a data analyst is highly in demand. Um, More and more businesses are relying on data analysis to help drive their business and their proficiencies. They always want to see how they are faring against competitors. They always want to see areas of improvement so that they can be stronger than competitors. And the main way to do that is to look at data and not just look at it, but be able to analyze it and tell the story. But if you live in a country where tourism and hospitality is big, so like in the Caribbean, in parts of Southeast Asia and so on, or you just live in a major metropolitan city where a lot of business people come in, or it's just known for tourism, like New York City, then I highly recommend getting a job in that field or studying. If you have not pursued your studies yet, or you're looking for a career change, I highly recommend hospitality and tourism. And especially as a Black exotical, if you are good looking, essentially, you will do especially well because companies in this field tend to hire good looking women. Just look at flight attendants, just look at the hostesses in the restaurants, just look at the hotel staff at the front desk. They all have a certain look. I know there's people that are going to get mad by this comment, but it is what it is. I don't make the rules, I just observe them. It is especially important to maximize your privilege as much as you can so that if one fails or one kind of slows down, you have the other to fall back on. And unfortunately, as we age or you just go through the ups and downs of life, your looks can fade. And also, those around you can just get used to looking at a pretty face. If they see you day in and day out and you're just a pretty face, but you cannot hold a conversation properly, you're not educated, you don't know what's going on around you have no skills to offer, eventually people will get tired of that. But if you are a beautiful woman who is also educated, that's a double whammy. People are especially fascinated by beautiful women who are educated. They're also threatened by them, but for the most part, to the people that matter, to the higher ups who understand the value of beauty paired with education, you will greatly benefit if you are good looking. And whether you think you're good looking or not, as I've said before, beauty is subjective. You get to define your own beauty. But pretty much, if you present yourself well, you're well mannered, you're well manicured, you know how to put yourself together, you look presentable, you look professional, employers, higher ups, and so on will notice this, but will also notice your qualifications. And some jobs, unfortunately, if you don't have a qualification, you will not be hired. So, obviously, for example, a lawyer. Um, the legal field is not so much in demand now as it was before. However, there are a lot of professions that value having a JD, for example, in the field. So, your options truly are endless. It's just a matter of knowing where you fit and finding that niche and kind of going for it. And a lot of times this can be difficult if you're a younger exotical just starting out. Maybe you're in high school or you're in college and you have no idea what to do with your life. That's okay. I highly recommend shadowing or volunteering or doing co-op if you can in your spare time, just to kind of see and get a feel of industry that you may potentially be interested in. And at least this way, if you find out that you're not interested in it, you actually hate that field, that's okay. You're not invested in it yet, and you can move on to something else. You'd be surprised how many professionals are open to helping younger professionals out. All you have to do is just be confident and just show that you're dedicated to learn, and you'll find that a lot of more seasoned professionals are open to supporting you. All right, let me know down below in the comments what qualifications you have. What education did you go for? Are you looking to do a career change, or maybe you're in school and you're still trying to figure that out? Let's have a conversation down below on this. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.